All right, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I was going to give you another stream this week. Lee Murphy back to try to win my fourth best ball tournament today. Going to be ripping a stream on drafters to start. Maybe we'll jump over somewhere else after this, but we need 9 more to fill this drafters draft. Drafters is a total points contest, meaning it is whoever wins the contest is whoever scores the most points weeks 1 through 17. You can use promo code Cheslium to get up running here for a $100 deposit match. If you don't know about drafters, it is overlaid in the past. Part of the reason we're drafting over here, we're trying to chase that overlay. Do need a couple more for this room. Let me notify my Discord too. Try to get this bad boy filled. But yeah, overlay is when a contest doesn't fill. Drafters is sitting at 58,000 out of 186,000. Let's call it 700. Drafters is sitting at 31% filled. So they basically have less than a month to NFL starts. NFL season 1. First game is on September 5th. So exactly 1 month from now. Drafters has 1 month to fill this contest. I don't think they're going to do it. You know, we're rooting for them to fill, or we're not if we're trying to chase overlay. But historically, they've gotten to around 80% fill rate, which just means you're competing with less people to try to win the $500,000. D-Money in the house, 59175. Appreciate you, Short King. Neighbors is playing tonight. Yeah, we got preseason football. May or may not watch that. Might just catch the highlights if there is any there. We need one more for this bad boy to take off. This is my 105th team. So I'm getting close to done. Let's see. My first team I did in this contest was Hurts and Daniels, Rashad White, Ken Walker, Jaleel, Ty Chandler, Will Shipley, Miles Sanders, Dylan Lobby, Puka, Marvin Harrison, Tank Dell, Hopkins, Watson, Tyler Lockett, Rashid, Slayton, Goddard, Conklin, Sanat. Pretty good team for my first team. Could be, maybe I built the winner. This bad boy's probably filled now. Nope, we need one more. I didn't notify my Discord. The link to join the Discord is below. And we're going to be doing a giveaway later in the stream where I'm going to send over your username to drafters and they'll deposit the free ticket. A couple other things I wanted to touch on. Number one, updated the DraftKings and underdog rankings over at beatbestball.com. $99 for a year gets you covered for all my rankings and articles. Number two, if you sign up with me for Beat Best Ball, still think I have a couple free tickets left in the drafters where I've not sent over the emails for this week, but I'm going to send those over tomorrow. And so if you haven't gotten your free ticket yet, I will send those over tomorrow. And drafters will probably deposit those next week. A couple people reached out on those. Number three, redraft rankings. Told you they were coming today. I got them ready, but I'm going to do a redraft team probably later tonight. So I think I'll do that draft and push out the redraft rankings tomorrow on the site. We got this bad boy filled, and we pulled the 104. There's a chat box here. Should we let the people know we're streaming? We're streaming this bad boy. We'll let them know. There's a chat box, which is kind of fun. People often try to chat to me in these. I don't always see them, but let's get to the comments here. By the way, appreciate you guys for being here. I'm on the road to 6K, sitting at about 5130, I believe. have a good feeling about Malik Washington. Yeah, I had like a week where I was I had a week where I was just like drafting the Miami guys, Odell and Malik. I've kind of cooled off on that. I think for people who draft over the course of the summer, I think it's a good way to play it. I got this way too zoomed in, by the way. Let's fix that. There we go. This is better. No need to have my full face up in there. Up in Maine, Bangor, Maine, with one screen, with you on one screen and Pat's on the other. That's a pretty good evening right there. Prepping for redraft is so weird after all these underdog drafts. Yeah, I mean, we love that Drafters is hitting CD Lamb with an out tag, by the way. So redraft in general, like you just kind of need to adjust to your room. I know that my first couple redrafts, I always push it with like running backs, and sometimes that burns me. But you know, if you really think Pacheco or ETN or Rashad Wright or James Cook or Ken Walker, like if any of the running backs in the mid range feel like they could be the league winners to you, I would recommend in redraft you just reach a little bit and secure them. And in general, if your redraft room is not like full of good players, you're probably going to get Roma Dunze, Malik Neighbors. Like you're going to get some of these rookies and just wide receivers in general way past ADP. And of course, you know, redraft, like when we're talking about redraft, we're talking about different things. So Tyreek Hill at the 104 seems pretty nice. Part of the reason I don't love Tyreek as much for Best Ball Mania 5 and other playoff pod contests is I'm a little scared off by like the Browns defense by most people's book is the best defense in the NFL as far as like how people rank D line, corners, all the way through. And so don't love that Miami plays the Browns in Cleveland week 17. Tua historically has not been the best passer in cold weather anyways, but you don't have to worry about that for total points. As long as Tyreek smashes most of the weeks in the regular season, who cares if he duds against the Browns for total points contest? Yeah, Rondale Moore. Jesus, this is very unhinged. I'm just gonna highlight it. We're not gonna comment on it. Just gonna highlight it. Anyways, Rondale Moore, who I've been a proponent of all season that he's undraftable, in my opinion. Didn't make sense to me. Unfortunately, he broke his leg. Not how you want to win a bet, or I think he broke his leg. He's out for the season. So that's bad for him. Definitely a boost for Ray McLeod, where now you can at least click his name with confidence, and it seems like pretty unlikely. Like you're at least getting the slot wide out for, you're at least getting the slot wide out for the Falcons, probably. I didn't update my drafters rankings yet, just because drafters is typically the least popular site. But I will have that updated tomorrow as well. Okay, people love to point out Jets Browns game wasn't supposed to go off either. First of all, most of their players were not the 103. You know, you weren't drafting the Jets and Browns players at the 103. So as things get cheaper, you can loosen your parameters. Second off, if you're going to be a good best ball player or fantasy football player, especially a high volume player like myself, you need to be in a probability mindset, right? You need to think. All right, sorry, Blue Jay. Maybe I was a little disingenuous in my quoting of you there. Let's go Olave. I have infinite Aiyuk, so definitely want to get some other players there in the second round. I don't want to only have Aiyuk. But anyways, you need to be in a probability mindset, right? Like, so to me, when you have to pay the 103 and there's something for me not to like about it, and Tyreek's old, right? That's enough of a tier break right there. I don't think it's the most likelihood of a smash spot for Tyreek. Can Tyreek go for 50 against literally anyone? Of course he can, right? Of course. So I'm not zero. I don't have 0% Tyreek in BBM5, but he's a guy who I'd rather be at like 8%, you know? And then Chase is a guy who I have a lot more of. I'm just straight fading him. No, I think I just answered that. He's a more of a like 6 to 8%, 6 to 10%. I'd be happy there. Really depends with how many picks I get, um, and where I get those picks, of course. But that to me is how I want to play this year's slate. Yeah, if you're someone who likes the lower buy-in contests, Two Mules in a Cart here says try to get in fail doing a $2 mini and pretending I'm drafting with you. Good luck, Mule. Good luck. But yeah, Drafters typically has a $2 contest running as well. I'm going to be buying the every time in the third round. I just don't think the trade's that likely. B, if a trade's going to happen, it's going to happen in the next couple days, right? Like Charlie Jones also out for the year. That clears the way for Andre Yoshivas and Jermaine Burton, where like it was conceivable that Jones could have played some slot. Now it's not conceivable. But I don't know if he's out for the year. He left on a cart. So I don't know how that played out. But anyways, the Aiyuk dip, I'm going to be buying it in the third round. On DraftKings, you could probably give it the fourth round. As long as he is not, first off, if he's traded to the Steelers, which I think most people would accept is like the worst landing spot, it seems like Pickens would be involved in that trade from what's holding up in the ether, you know? So if it's just Aiyuk on the Steelers, he can smash because it could just be Justin Fields, DJ Moore, or it could be Russell Wilson's Cortland Sutton, but is actually better at practice. Trent Irwin also exists. Like maybe he's the Bengals wideout 3. Again, I don't think Aiyuk will be traded and like him falling for maybe trade reasons is not great reasons to me. I'm not trying to do any Aiyuk with like stacks on purpose. I don't care about this Ricky character at all, like really at all. All right, Charlie Jones is fine. Foreman back practicing, that is nice. I got quite a bit of Foreman. But no, like, look, if Aiyuk is there and it makes sense, I mean, if Fields is there and it makes sense for my team, I think I would be trying to do that a little bit more purposeful. I don't think trying to force him onto Brown stacks makes sense. Maybe you're a little bit less like rather than taking Purdy at pick 100, who has an ADP of like depending on where you draft, he usually has an ADP of 100 to like 110. But maybe you don't take Purdy at pick 100 on an Aiyuk team. You do it at pick 117, so that obviously I'm gonna have a lot of dead Purdy Aiyuk stacks if Aiyuk does get traded, which is not great. But even that's not disastrous because we know that a lot of people draft without stacking at all in mind. So Aiyuk may end up like Le'Veon and all my bags of Aiyuk are done for. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. I would not. Wow. Love hurts, but we're gonna go ETN this time. I mean, ETN smashed last season. He kind of slowed down the stretch, and just seems like he's going to smash again. Catches passes, a good talent on a good team. Yeah, Aiyuk is going to succeed no matter what. Like, I believe that Ayuk's a professional, and so I don't think he's like not practicing. We got a first time drafter here ripping Rashad White, who usually falls sometimes. Yeah, Kincaid. Obviously I'm high on Kincaid. It's not just me though. Let's pull it up. Let's pull up what other people are saying. Pete Prisco of CBS said, after 2 days with Bills, I'm thinking Dalton Kincaid might catch 140 passes. Okay, so maybe 100. If you're catching 100 passes, that means you're getting like 160 targets, you know? Um, and also, like, I tweeted this out the other day too, but you should definitely follow me on Twitter at Chesliam if you want to get some alpha. But I said, if Dalton, like, people like to be like, oh, what if Dawson Knox plays? Hey, if Dawson Knox is on the field, like, okay, if Dawson Knox is on the field and Kincaid is not on the field, that's not good for Kincaid. But if Dawson Knox is on the field and Dalton Kincaid's on the field, that's pretty good for Dalton Kincaid earning targets because he's not competing with a wide receiver as much. He's competing with a guy who doesn't earn targets in Dawson Knox, you know? So are people saying can't draft Sam Laporta because Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to play? No, right? Can't draft Travis Kelce. The Chiefs are going to play Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown. No, right? Are people actually low on Kincaid? Seems like a no-brainer. A lot of people are. Some people just flat out don't think he's good. I also think some people have anti-me bias where they know I like it, so they want him to fail. There's a little bit of that, I'm sure. Kincaid and Ferguson, your top two exposure tight ends? Yeah, me too, I think, actually. I like them both. And, like, yeah, I mean, like, Kincaid, I think, is a smash. I also think Ferg's a smash, and you can get him in the 80s. So there are tight ends to like at cheaper prices. I would say Goddard plus. Most people, it's Njoku plus. Um, but yeah. What's up, Josh? Become a YouTube member like Josh. Looks like Joe Mixon is falling down the board because of the Q tag. I think we're just gonna buy him there. He's a guy who I don't want 0% exposure to. Plays for the Texans. I prefer him in something like Drafters or the Marathon, which is total points, because I mean, A, he's old, so I don't have to worry about him holding up all 17 weeks. And B, I wouldn't say like Texans running back against the Ravens is a spot I'm like actively trying to target for week 17. And he's 10 picks past ADP. Maybe his ADP is slipping, but I just think this room is probably sharper than normal because I joined this room when I was the only one in it, and then I advertised that it was going on. So most of me are watching, you know. Um, okay. I wouldn't call Lad a comfortable click right now with him injured, and we really don't have any clarity on that. So yeah, let's pass. Let's just take Brian Thomas. Really, nothing has changed about Brian Thomas other than one beat reporter said he thinks he might be behind Gabe Davis. But I mean, like, come on. We know what Gabe Davis is and what he isn't. Gabe Davis is not a high target volume guy. Kincaid sticker. Let's go. And Brian Thomas could just be a touchdown smash dude. So I quite like this build where you have two anchor running backs, ETN and Mixon. I got four wide receivers I feel good about. Three who are definitely studs in Tyreek, Olave, Aiyuk. And I got, maybe the tight end one in Kincaid. And a guy who is definitely better on PPR sites, I think Kincaid is. Because maybe he gets the red zone touchdowns, right? Like, I think the Bills are going to do a lot of different things in the red zone, but he's definitely going to get pass volume. Lad is back practicing. Good to know, Peyton. I've been buying Lad, but I've just been doing that a lot there, so we mixed. All right, guys, let's do the drafters giveaway. Comment your username, and I'm just going to click here and highlight it. Comment your username now. I'm doing it in 15 seconds from now. Just comment your drafters username. I'm highlighting the first name. Copy and paste it. First name once that timer ticks down. Just keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop it. And it is you, Gerardo. Congratulations, Gerardo. You win today's giveaway. I'm going to DM that to drafters right now. Gerardo, you better have an account, my friend. Congratulations to you. We'll be doing every drafter stream. Remind me if I don't do it, but we give away a free ticket every single drafter stream, courtesy of drafters. So shout out drafters. They do a lot. A lot of people like Underdog. A lot of people know about DraftKings. As a best ball player, you should want as many sites as possible to succeed. So I definitely like supporting drafters, and I hope they're successful. Yeah, definitely. Jordan Addison's might be one of the most mispriced players on drafters. Really wish I could get Swift as well, but if I know these people weren't in the stream, I think I would take Swift first. No, we're doing Swift. We're doing Swift just because I have so much Addison now on drafters who hopefully makes it back to me. But I don't know. It's first of all, the main reason you're concerned about drafting Addison is that he suspended weeks 15, 16, 17. That doesn't matter for drafters. Which, I probably should not have brought up Addison's name as I'm streaming it. And I know that Ryan is watching here. But I like Swift a lot too. I think he could be a PPR smash, especially. And with an ETN Mixon Swift trio, we're looking real strong at running back. Yeah, Hopkins, the year Hopkins was suspended, he was not on any of the top teams, which, if you guys haven't seen it, this article's free. You should check this out. What makes a top scoring team in total points? But you should check this out. I dived into the top 10 teams the past 2 years, the top 100 teams the past 2 years. Let's see what Denver Dork does here. Yeah. So I wanted Addison, but I think Hopkins is equally as awesome. Okay, so Hopkins maybe misses week 1. And really the concern is that he's just not good anymore off of the knee injury. But I'm willing to find out at an ADP of 100 where he went in the, he was going in the 60s before this knee injury. And it's division correlation with Brian Thomas and ETN. So it's just a little bit of a tie break where I know I'm getting at least 2 games when the Titans play the Jags. So a little bit nice positive correlation there. Drake May is on the field. All right, I'm gonna. What are we watching on, ladies and gents? Is it on ABC or what? But I'm gonna watch it on my cell phone, my YouTube TV on my cell phone, so that I can watch. And even if Hopkins misses I don't know, 2 weeks of the season, it's not a big deal. Olympics end Sunday, by the way. Don't know if you guys have been watching that. How are people watching football? Football. All right, Drake May. What do you got? What are you going to show the world right now? You guys let me know if there's any highlights. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the decision to go Swift there, who I just want pieces of the Bears. I think Swift's still explosive. He should have some big weeks, even if he is not like super great from a season long perspective. Um, yeah, I think we're just gonna rip Caleb here. Caleb to me, compared to these names, is like the last like not including Justin Fields kind of, and like, okay, yeah, all these quarterbacks can be hits in their own right, but Caleb feels like a legitimate swing upside. Obviously, it would be better if I had Caleb with a pass catcher, but at least I have Swift to stack with him. Should be a little bit more unique. Um, and doing only a running back quarterback stack for the Bears is one of the better teams to do it, where you have hopes that um one week it's a Keenan week, one week it's a Rome week, one week it's a DJ Moore week, so that you don't have it to be all, you don't have to have basically the pass catcher who has the best year is the hope. And Caleb has rushing ability, so hopefully he rushes in some touchdowns. Not going to take Tua here. He's just not a guy I take at ADP, even though he stacks with Tyreek. Would rather try to get him in 140s, although I might. Like, let's see who's on the board. Komet's a target later. Yeah, let's go Rico. You take Rico and you hope you're drafting the Cowboys RB1. Which like he's like the only guy on this list that can claim that other than like Chubb and Dobbins, I guess. Definitely stopping at 5 running backs, probably. Maybe I go 6, but probably 5. Chris has got us covered on the Pats game. 2 handoffs, -2 yards. Good to know. Good to know. Anyone watching the Lions Giants game? Drake May is a bust. I knew it. Oh, brother, we are reacting here. Calling him a bust off of a preseason game? Come on now. All right, I'm turning this game off. I don't need to watch the game. We're here to build a winner. Hopped on Davis's stream this morning. You guys always like when I get together with Davis. Had Davis on yesterday too. So far we got Caleb, Etienne, Mixon, Swift, Dowdle, Tyreek Olave, Aiyuk, Brian Thomas, Hopkins. With this like core group of players, like the most likely optimal build, and the build that is like most represented for top 100 scoring teams is a 3-6-8-3. So let's start there. Again, this is from my total points article. Free to see on the site, but 3-6-8-3 made up 26% of top 100 teams last year. 3-6-8-3 made up 21% of top 100 teams in 2022, which is notable because that was like the Jalen Hurts year where he was like the guy you had to have. So anyways, pretty close for me on these two guys. Who took Trevor and why? Like, who did he stack Trevor with? All right, I was gonna take Gabe Davis, but I chose Polk instead since I already have ETN and Brian Thomas, and so it just kind of makes sense to spread your bets. Is it that likely that I'm going to build the best team having all these Jags pieces and not have Trevor, who okay, he took him to stack with Ingram, to be fair, but the Tua drafter just took naked Tua. Happens. Um, that definitely would like I could have taken Tua and then had a comfortable 2 QB combo. But again, he'll fall to the 140s so many times. Oh, he has Kirk too. Okay, he's got Kirk too. My bad. Still took him well above ADP. Maybe he was worried that I would take him there. Um, but yeah, with this core group of players where it's like I feel like I'm already set at running back. I feel like I have a lot of great guys at wide receiver already. I have a shot in elite tight end. I have a shot in elite quarterback. I might just build this as a 3-6-8-3. Even though like with Kincaid, I'm typically going 2. Let's go Musgrave this time. Musgrave is a Packer, plays well with Caleb Williams, who is a Bear. Maybe I should have just grabbed Komet here. Komet did not make it back to me, but who cares? Like, okay, I missed out on Komet. Are you more or less likely to go hero RB in 10-team auction leagues? So in 10-team leagues in general, I think you should be more likely to try to get 2 running backs early just because you know, with 10-team leagues there's just so much depth, you know? So, I don't know. I've never actually done an auction league, but in my opinion, like how to play it is like it kind of depends how sharp your group of guys are, but like I can see guys like Tank Dell going for really cheap. I can see like all of the ambiguous Bills guys going cheap, all the ambiguous Packers guys going cheap. Brian Thomas might go for like $5. So I would try to get the Achans, Pacheco's, Kyron's, ETNs, Whites, James Cooks, Ken Walkers of the world, or whatever running back you like, really. Mingo's been getting a lot of buzz, but I just can't do it, man. Justin Fields goes pick 157 here. People are frothy at the mouth for him. I had Justin Fields around 10 to 15% on all sites at an ADP of, you know, 20th round or 18th round. So I'm not as inclined to like be doing this like other people, you know? But hey, if I didn't have any Fields, I think I would be more likely to do it. He certainly seems like the guy who will be on the winning team if he plays all 17 games. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. On the road to 6K. I'm a 3-time NFL best ball champion, looking to make that 4, 5, 6 time this year. Feel good about this year. I'm excited, guys. Got a lot of teams still to draft, but we got some crazy quarterback falls here. Um, hmm. Okay, we're taking. I would have taken Stafford, but even Demarcus Robinson's gone. So it's like, I'm not going to do a Stafford and Jordan Whittington stack, you know? I guess I could have taken one of the Rams tight ends, but I don't want to. And Rodgers is easier to stack, so might as well grab him as a second quarterback. He's a legitimate swing at upside too. We do see Stafford go to the... Nope, just unstacked. Kind of a tough choice what to do here. I'm between taking 3 players, and I'm very unlikely to get any of them on the wraparound. All right, let's just take Conklin. We'll complete the Rodgers stack, and we're done at tight end. I'm hoping one of the players I wanted makes it back, but I have extreme doubts that they will. So that brings us to Caleb, Rodgers, Kincaid, Musgrave, Conklin. Pick 10 is upset that I took Rodgers when he had Garrett Wilson. But he has Josh Allen, same buy, so be it. Time to learn Jeremy Ruckert. This is something you can Google, Chris. How many total teams do you plan on drafting? I don't know. Something like... probably be in the like 600 to 700 range. Kind of depends on some things. So yeah, Will Levis, like I thought about just ripping Will Levis here and hoping Conklin made it back. Because I have Hopkins and Levis gives me like a third quarterback that has a swing of upside in my opinion. But there's some other quarterbacks we can grab. So I don't know. Maybe if I could do it again, I would have taken Levis. It's close though. Because I could have, like, Malachi Corley probably would have been there, although he went. Damn. Derek Carr goes to I mean, this is bad from this guy. He has Richardson, Lawrence, and then he just takes Carr for no reason. First off, that's a 2-quarterback pairing to me. Well, it definitely would have gone Levis if I knew how the room would have acted. But we didn't. We can still figure that out. Let's definitely grab Braylon Allen here as a 5th running back to add to our jet stacks here. These kind of like back stacks are pretty nice. They were like this, but Stafford, Kyron, Puka was like the teams that did that last year absolutely smashed. And so, you know, you hope Breece Hall, I don't know, rolls an ankle, and Braylon Allen is just the guy you needed. I do feel a little bit thin at wideout, having having not taken one for a while. But we have good top end options, so we should be set there. We're definitely done at quarterback. We're definitely done at tight end. And I might just take 10 wide receivers. Oh, no, we're not done at quarterback. We might add a third there. Kind of depends. Like if the room is going to go crazy on quarterbacks, whatever. We'll live with 2. But if the room is not, then we'll add another there. Let's go with Jalen Tolbert this time. Getting positive buzz, categorizes as an upside swing as he's attached to the Cowboys offense. Polk 2 catches. He's on the squad, brother. Let's hope we don't see all these guys playing. Tight end definitely died too. Like by ADP, Mike Gesicki. Or Chig is, I don't know. I moved Chig to at least where he's draftable now. Gerardo, your free ticket should be in your account. Drafters notified me, so congratulations, brother. Or sister. Gerardo is a gender neutral name. Joe Milton. People are excited about him. He's not going to play, but didn't think the Josh Allen drafter would go for 3 QBs, but he did. I could have grabbed Bo Nix here and just secured the third quarterback. But I mean, Caleb and Rodgers can definitely be enough to win it. You know, like if it requires them both to be good, but if they can both be around 20 points per game average, that can be enough as long as I'm nutted out. You know, as long as like Kincaid is a smash and Musgrave gives you some big weeks and Conklin has a huge season and Tyreek and Olave and Aiyuk is just like a nut trio. And then ETN, Mix, and Swift all give you a big game. You know, like if you're not out at the skill positions, you can get by with quarterbacks. Chris checking in, 5'11", 182. What's up, Chris? Chris, we're a similar weight class, similar height, man. Devin, a YouTube member. Can you rate the squad after? For YouTube member, 100% I can do that for you, Devin. I've said all year I don't think Claypool makes the team. Maybe I'm running good on that since he's injured. Matt Collins might play more than people want, but probably not a fantastic pick. Okay. We're just going to take Bryce Young and not even look at the other selections simply because I do want a third quarterback for this team. Do I have any Panthers on this team? No. Little bit unfortunate I didn't grab Leggett instead of Musgrave. But if Bryce just kind of like fills in, gives you some weeks, that's fine. I think JJ McCarthy qualifies as a higher upside bet than Bryce. But I've drafted way more JJ than Bryce. So yeah, pretty happy to get him as my third quarterback, to be honest. This is a rough list. Let's just take one. Yeah, I think we'll go Roman Wilson. Why not? He's a rookie. Was having positive buzz. I don't think he's healthy yet. Did we get any update on Roman Wilson? Let's look it up. We got hit him with the gritty on his burner account. Recent news on Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson out here today, out of his walking boot, which is good, and brace, but not practicing. So trending in a positive direction at the least. And again, 17-week season here. As long as he's given me something, it's fine. Okay, so we probably chuck this last roster spot into running back. Unless the running back list is so bad, in which case we'll just grab another wide receiver. I do not think Drafters has a weekly winner style contest, but you can just kind of look at the lobby and figure that out. Click the NFL tab. This is what it shows. They got a $2, they got a $250, and they got a $15. Yeah, I think we'll go 6 running backs. Because even though I have a trio I like in ETN, Mixon, Swift. I mean, I don't love Mixon, but you know what I mean there. And Dowdle and Braylon Allen are both upside swings. They're not. They're far from sure bets. And we gotta hope Tyreek hits our lineup like every single week, pretty much. All right, and we ended it. We were gonna do Trey Sermon, but we did Jordan Mason. Clearly, the hope of Jordan Mason is that CMC's injury is serious. Jordan Mason is not drafted usually. Jordan Mason might be a total 0 because Elijah Mitchell might be the RB2 or Isaac Garendo might be the RB2. But he's at least an upside pick, Jack letting us know, don't draft in the $2. He drafted the winning team. Chris is saying thank you for the update. No, we don't do this. We only sauce teams for super chats or YouTube members. We don't have time to sauce everything here. Who did super chat me? Devin the dude. Let's check it out, Devin. So by sauce, you want me to say your team is shit, right? Okay. Bijan, hello, brother. When the market has wide receivers at the most expensive prices ever, gotta get running back in the first. Secondly, you go JT. Anytime you can get a running back who's gonna have 15 touchdowns stolen by the quarterback, gotta do that in the second round. Then it wraps around and you go Flowers. Anytime you can get the wide receiver 1 for the team that's going to have the lowest pass rate in the NFL this year, got to do it. Tank Dell weighs 150 pounds. Give me a break, Devin. Jaden Reed and Watson, 2 dudes who got hurt yesterday. Read the news, Devin. Jameson Williams. Oh my, bust of all busts here. Hasn't had a good game in football in his life. Moss, slow, old, Brooks, injured, Lockett, old, Tua, naked, terrible. Judy and Watson, 2 of the worst vibe picks you compare together. Hunter Henry, plays for the Patriots, probably the worst team in football. Gino, stacked with old Lockett. Triple ant. Fant, hurt, bad. Washington, way above ADP. No. Mitchell, hurt. No. Woods, always hurt. No. KJ Osborne, terrible. No. No. Just kidding, Devin. Some of these guys I like, but yeah, we don't usually sauce on this channel, but we gave it to you there. No, I think it's a fine team. Could you have stopped at 4 running backs? Yes. I think the Tua pick actually is bad. Especially at 126. Maybe you just really didn't like the other quarterbacks, but I just don't know what you're hoping for there for an otherwise well-constructed team. Taking him at if you at least take him at 140, at least you have like a uniqueness thing there, you know? Um, the Watson pick and Judy, that's totally fine, of course. Um, and then yeah, like reaching on players at the back end to get unique, that's fine too. I'm sure I know you got sniped on Love, but you panicked on Tua, you know? Like, okay, compose yourself, take a different player, and you should have just gone like Watson, Gino, and then just like forced a different quarterback, you know, or gone a Fields type, go with Daniel Jones, go with Bo Nix, like go a guy who can give you some rushing outs. Is my and you got a lot of Patriots, so like Drake May maybe should have been in your cards as well. But look, I mean, is Naked Tua going to be the reason you win or lose? Probably not. It does seem though that he's the type of guy where it's just hard for a Naked Tua team to win because almost certainly either Tyreek is a smash or Waddle is or Achan is. And so the Tua plus those teams are probably going to be just a little bit better. And you could have paired like Kirk Cousins. I would have taken Kirk instead of Tua just to pair with Bijan. I don't know what this means, Noah. Does draft date determine a good drafters team like an underdog? Um, I mean, drafting early or late is neither good nor bad. It's different, you know. Got on the roll there with the ant. Yeah, you got to, Chris. You got to. Um, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it there. Usually we do 2 or 3 drafts, but we're just gonna do 1 today. My back's still killing me, so gonna rest it up, watch some shitty preseason football, watch the Olympics. Promo code Cheslium if you want to get up and running. Oh, never mind. It's at 11 out of 12. Let's get in this bad boy. No, we didn't get in. We missed it. We missed it. Whoever took that spot took a stream from you guys. My impulse control was gonna rip a stream, even though I should stop. But someone took it. Someone took it from me. So, all right, guys, appreciate you being here. Join the Discord in the link below. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.